Chapter 13. It was unbearably hot in the hallway, and Randy's apartment seemed to pulse with heat. The cat greeted him at the door with a loud meow. He gave her some water in a dish, which she lapped up thirstily. "Sorry about that, cat," Randy said softly. He took a cool shower and made himself a large pitcher of Kool-Aid. It was so hot he didn't even have an appetite. He turned on a small fan in the living room, sat directly in front of it, took a deep breath, and dialed Delia's number. She answered on the first ring. "What's up?" he asked casually. "Not much. It's too hot to think. Too hot to breathe." "Yeah, I feel ya. My cat is sitting here in front of my fan, sucking up all my cool air," Randy laughed, but it sounded weak and hollow. "Are you okay, Randy?" Delia asked. "What's going on?" Randy sighed again. "Delia, I guess I gotta tell somebody." He stopped, pausing to think. "What's wrong? You know you can trust me," Delia urged him. "It's my dad. Did something happen on the road?" No. He wants me to move to California with him," Randy said suddenly. For some reason, he just could not bring himself to tell Delia the truth. "He called last night and wants me to meet him there next week." "Next week?" Delia said, alarm in her voice. "Why can't he wait until the end of the school year? It's only a couple of months," she offered, her voice sounding strained. "I told him I had to wait until after the Double Dutch tournament. Then I guess I'm out of here." "That's this weekend," Delia replied, surely. "I know," Randy answered quietly. He figured that if his dad had not returned by then, he would have to call the police, and he'd be taken out of school anyway. He wanted just a little more time. Time to be there for the tournaments. Time to hope. Time to pray. "Delia?" Randy asked slowly. "What, Randy?" Delia answered quietly. "Dad said he would send me some money to get to California, but until he does, do you think, is there any way, I really hate to ask, but—" "You need some money, Randy?" "No, I'm okay. I was just teasing." Randy was suddenly embarrassed and sorry he had brought up the subject, but the woman from the electric company called every day asking for more money, and the man from the rental company had simply laughed at the $100. Juggling it all made his head swim. "I got $50 for my birthday last month. Daddy always gives me money because he feels guilty that he's not with me like he used to be," Delia insisted. "I get to do with it what I want, and I'm bringing it to school tomorrow. I trust you, Randy, and I trust your dad. I know he's good for it." "Thanks, Delia. You don't know how much I appreciate it. I'll pay you back as soon as I hear from my dad, I promise." Even as he spoke, Randy worried about how he would ever be able to repay Delia if his father never came back. "Don't worry about it, Randy. You got everything for our presentation tomorrow?" he asked, changing the subject. "You know my cat is going to be the star of the whole show." Delia chuckled. "Yep, the tape is ready. Jesse's got one poster, Yolanda has the other. And you're bringing stuff to give the class, those little Martian pictures you drew, right? And you're right, bringing the cat was a cool idea." "Well, me and my cat is tight," Randy laughed again. Delia made him feel relaxed and almost normal. "Yeah, I got the other handouts, the question sheets and stuff. It's going to be a dynamite presentation, Randy. And then we get to see what the Tollivers came up with. Scary. Hey, my mom is calling me. I gotta go. I'll see you tomorrow." "Peace, Delia. And thanks." Randy got ready for bed, refusing to glance at the silent telephone. He slept restlessly, dreaming of his father. He woke up hot, sweaty, and hungry. He made himself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and washed it down with the rest of the Kool-Aid. He chopped up the last hot dog into little pieces and gave it to the cat, who sniffed it like it was poison. "You get hungry enough, cat. Trust me, you'll eat it," Randy said as he got dressed for school. He grabbed all the materials for their presentation, stuffed them into his book bag, and headed out the door. The day was unbelievably hot already. The weather was just weird, he thought. It just didn't feel right. The air even smelled funny. By the time he got to school, he was already sweaty and uncomfortable. The heat inside the school, which was not air-conditioned, was thick and heavy. Kids moved in slow motion, fanning themselves during class, falling asleep in spite of themselves. Outside, although the air was unbelievably oppressive and hard to breathe, the sky was not bright with sunshine. Instead, it was a mustard yellow color, with odd, dusty-looking clouds hovering in it. By third bell, time for English class, Randy just wanted to get out of there. The thought of jumping into an ice-cold swimming pool kept running through his mind as the sweat trickled down his back. Miss Benson, dressed in a sleeveless blouse and slacks, looked at her lethargic class as the bell rang. She took attendance and reminded the class that the state tests would begin next week. The class groaned and drooped even more. I hope Group 2 has a dynamite presentation. We need something to wake us up. You guys ready? And Mr. Tolliver and Mr. Tolliver? Are you two ready as well? Titan looked up. Dressed in black as usual, he didn't even look hot and uncomfortable like the others in the class. We're ready, he said quietly. Miss Benson smiled and said, Good. She then looked to Delia's group and gave them a signal to begin. Jessie, Yolanda, Delia, and Randy trooped to the front of the room and put their tape into the machine. Randy grinned. Just wait, he told the class. We'll wake you up. Loud rock music played for a few seconds, then Yolanda appeared on the screen. She was dressed in all red jeans, red shoes, red tank top, and her hair, instead of being pulled back into her usual ponytail, was down around her face. She looked directly into the camera and screamed. Eee! They're coming! They're coming! Who's coming? Quit that screaming! The Martians! They landed on the roof of the school. How do you know? Randy told me. And you believe him? He never lies. But you do. Randy, how do you know there are Martians on the roof? I heard them. I could hear their little slimy footsteps. They're coming this way. See, I'm not lying this time. The Martians are coming to attack us. They're going to take us all back to Mars and cut us into little pieces. We're going to be chopped Martian stew. I'm too young to die. Well, I'm too tough to be eaten. Where are the Martians? I'm going to go smash a couple of those little green suckers in their beady little heads. I'm with you, man. Let's head for the roof. You can't. They have guns. How do you know? They always have guns. I've seen them in the movies. She's right. We need weapons. We're all going to die. Well, I'm going to die trying to fight for my freedom. Yeah, what kills a Martian? I don't know. What kills a person? Guns. Maybe we need Martian space guns. What was that noise? They're coming! We're under attack! It's no use, we're gonna die! Yee! Quit screaming! If I'm going to die, I want to be noticed as I do it. The door is opening. Here they come. Goodbye, world. On the screen, the door opened slowly and the camera moved to the floor, where Randy's cat walked nonchalantly through the door. She yawned, curled up in a ball, and promptly went to sleep. Randy held a The End sign in front of the camera and the screen went black. The class cheered and clapped as Randy, Delia, Jessie, and Yolanda took their bows. Miss Benson smiled with approval. Any questions? Asked Yolanda. Yeah, where did you get that dynamite red outfit? A girl named Veronica asked from the back of the room. Everyone laughed again. You're supposed to ask questions about the project, Veronica, Randy complained. What were you trying to show? Asked Lisa. She looked at Miss Benson to make sure the teacher had noticed that she had asked a sensible question. Miss Benson nodded to let her know she had. Sometimes people get scared of things that aren't even real, Randy answered. And they get all bent out of shape over things that aren't true, Delia added. Sometimes it's more scary to believe the lie. And the truth is so simple that it's silly, said Randy. Of course, it could be that cats really are Martians in disguise, and we've been under attack for years, Yolanda joked. Miss Benson thanked them, and the class clapped once more as they sat down. Another easy A, Delia thought to herself. Ka-ching. Can I go to the bathroom, Miss Benson? Yolanda asked. I promise I'll be quick, but I really, really have to go. You sure you don't need open heart surgery, Miss Benson teased. That was last week. Today I think I have bursitis, or maybe meningitis. Whatever it is, it makes the patient have to go to the bathroom. I just gotta go. Please? Okay, but hurry. You don't want to miss the next presentation, I'm sure. You got that right. Yolanda grinned and hurried out of the room with the hall pass. Miss Benson glanced at the clock, saw that there was plenty of time left in the class period, and glanced back at the Tolliver twins. Okay, gentlemen, she said quietly. You're on.